Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my most humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of our loving Swami. My humble pranams to all the revered and respected elders, to all my sisters and brothers, and to all the wonderful children of the loving Sai family. It is my great pleasure of once again welcoming all of you to a fresh edition of Saicast. I take the pleasure of placing before you today the divine message of Bhagawan, which is titled Divine Process of Repairs and Reconstruction. In this message, Bhagawan is educating everyone about the divine process of repairs and reconstruction, which is constantly going on in nature as also within human beings, who are one of the very important creations of God. From the physical process of repairs and reconstruction which goes on in nature, Bhagavan touches upon the subtle spiritual process of repairs and reconstruction which regularly goes on in human beings. Bhagavan mentions that any process of repairs and reconstruction is generally painful, and it is all the more so in the case of an aspirant walking the spiritual path. In spite of all the pain and agony, Bhagavan says that you should still keep in mind the goal of human birth, which is redemption or self-realization, and work towards the same. Let us now hear the divine message as dictated by Bhagavan. Om Shri Sai Ram. Divine process of repairs and reconstruction. Repairs and reconstruction is a constant process of nature. It occurs smoothly in nature and it occurs all the time. Homo sapiens or human beings are an important part of nature. Humans are one of the most important creations of God. Being so, repairs and reconstruction constantly takes place in humans too. If this process of repairs and reconstruction were not ordained by God for humans, then they would have perished long back. They would not have existed on earth as humans for more than 1 billion years. Repairs and reconstruction is a very important process, and it is also a very subtle process. Most of the time, you would not even know that the divine has started repairing your internal systems. You are unaware unless you are in a position to go within and see for yourself. It is not possible to see within except for those who have reached the highest levels of spiritual awareness. But the fact remains that constant repairs are happening both inside and outside. Sometimes these repairs and reconstruction processes or methods of God are painful. Most humans cannot bear the agonizing pain when repairs are going on. When you are on the spiritual path seeking the meaning of life itself, or in fact seeking redemption in this life itself, then the pain is all the more disturbing and agonizing. It affects your subtle nature. It cleans the internal subtle systems which one cannot see and also about which one does not have much knowledge. But to an aspirant on the spiritual path, there is no question of any pain. This is because pain, agony, and non-fulfillment of worldly desires are normal experiences which the aspirant has to go through regularly. It is a part of their sadhana. God would never fulfill the worldly desires of any spiritual aspirant because the sadhaka has to put a stop to such requests. This will never be granted because one desire and request placed before God and granted would lead to the next and the next and the next. There is an endless desire list. As such, nothing is asked by a genuine sadhaka, but everything is earned through sadhana alone. Curtailment of desires, worldly as well as spiritual, and finally bringing these desires to zero level is the primary objective on the spiritual path for every aspirant. This is the highest truth and a very important spiritual rule which needs to be deeply ingrained within yourself. Once this truth is ingrained, then the mind slowly starts losing its grip. Slowly and steadily, the mind's tendency for demanding and desiring gets reduced. These are the initial stages of a spiritual aspirant's life. Through all these subtle processes of repairs and reconstruction, you all have a long way to go before reaching your final goal, which every spiritual aspirant prays for. That is, for redemption itself, which occurs only with the death of the mind. This is the greatest achievement which enables you to come face to face with God. This message has to be read again and again for you all to be constantly aware of this truth, which alone will lead you to work towards the ultimate goal of redemption or self-realization. Always pray to Swami only for total redemption and nothing less. Swami is waiting with open arms for such an aspirant. My blessings to you all. Your Baba. Jai Sai Ram.